On structure and direction, the separation of Tenkan and Kijun give the direction. So the volume of TK is one of the most important elements to literally know where the price is going now. that's that's the direction of the price. So it's given by the separation of Tenkan and Kijun. So look at this one for example. If we look at this downtrend that happened just here, right? First of all, you need to know that the direction. I told you that the direction can be formed by with the trend, with the trend. Now I'm telling you that the direction is found with the TK cross. The most important between all of them is the TK cross. For example, in this direction, the TK cross direction started here at this point in this candle, and from here the price just kept going down. So if we take a ruler like this and we try to find where the cloud was, the cloud was not even trying to put us. Yes, the cloud was already downtrend from here, but there are some people who look at the cross between SSA and SSB, this SS cross here in the future, but we didn't yet have that SS cross. So in between all of this way of finding the direction, the cross between SS and the Jeep trend, the most important element for the direction that confirms the direction, the most importantly, is the TK cross. It is also called the golden cross by the Goshi Ozoda, the founder of the Shimoku indicator. So it must be respected as what it is, as the golden cross. For me, it's even the earliest moment to enter in a trend. It gives you the earliest moment to enter. One of the earliest moment to enter in a trend. So one of the earliest moment to enter in a trend. That's a little bit what I'm trying to tell you. So you can literally go back here and look at this whole long uptrend. The downtrend started from where TK cross began. That's the earliest moment to enter in the trend. So as I told you, if a trend move by this size to the upside, I don't want people to come and enter here in the middle when 50% of the moves has already been done. Enter at the first 5% of the move, below the first 5%, even at 3% of the move, so that you can actually enjoy the ride, right? And you can do it only with TK cost. Only with TK cost. So let us respect TK cost as the way is the one that gives the direction. If you are confused about something, always follow TK cross. Even on this correction, right? TK cross gave a short direction to the downside, even though it is not a huge reversal, but at least it gave the direction. The price is following Tenkan and Kijun closely than the cloud. This cloud is advanced by a few candles in the future, but the instantaneous direction is given by TK cross. So that's the one that must be followed. I needed to make it clear first. In any case, follow TK cross. Okay, now we can know that there is a correction here, right? We can know that there is a correction here. It's not like a lock, by lock that as I'm saying that is this one will be a correction. You can know that in 1 hour there will be a correction here just because in 4 hours we just have the TK cross that has high speed. That is very fresh. That are called fresh impulsion. Because this TK cross is still fresh, then in 1 hour you can just have a correction here. It will not be a reversal. So let us look at speed of the golden speed. The golden speed has these steps, right? This is a young step. I needed to call it young. Young adult, fat, versa. But let's start with the correction. Okay, let's start with the correction. Let us start here. Let us start here in the back. Let us start here in the back, exactly at this level. Let us start here in the back, exactly at this level. Yeah, just right here. Um, at this point, look, uh, the correction is the first thing that we look at. In correction, when TK is in correction, right, it means that after the correction, what happened? A new trend. So the correction is not actually something bad. It's something very good. When you know that the correction is happening, it's just a pullback. The correction start, the end of the correction can be known by the inclination of Tenkan to the continuity of the trend, like this. When the correction was to the downside, as soon as Tenkan start going to the upside like this, that's the end of correction. That's when you can start buying inside the correction before you see even the first ticket cross. Same thing here. Same thing here. You can actually look at this like this. The inclination of Tenkan was to the downside. And then from this point, we start seeing an uptrend Tenkan. So you could have bought at this point. This is also a good way to buy. You buy actually earlier inside the end of a correction. Okay, that's how you, you identify the end of a correction, where you and when you can enter. So let us go for the first speed. The first speed is the fresh impulsion. Those are the big speed. Those are the general speed because I have many speed for. Those are the general speed, right? Fresh, young, adult, and fat. Those are the general speed, the big general speed, as I'm giving you in this document. So the first fresh speed start from the ticket cross till before we have the first till before we have the first tap in, the first Tenkan touch. This is the first Tenkan touch here, right? The first touch of Tenkan. Between this ticket cross here, in between, this is the fresh moment to buy. This is the fresh moment to buy USD GPY. So you can buy here on setup. So when you see a ticket cross like this, you can buy here on this setup. This is a buy position on Kijun and on the inverted Kijun. You can buy here. Or you could have bought as soon as the candle touch Tenkan here. It's also a good way to buy. But for this one, the stop loss will be a little bit larger. So you have actually, inside the fresh cross, you have actually two ways to buy it. And it's the best moment because it is the best moment because the next speed, golden speed, is called the young speed. The young speed starts from one touch of Tenkan till the third touch. This one is the first touch, this one is the second touch, and this one is the third touch. So in between this line and this line, this ticket cost here, this part of the ticket cost is called young. The momentum is young, the volume is still young. So you can actually buy at the beginning of the first touch here, right? Because the freshness of the volume of the speed is already finished. When we touch, the freshness is finished. Now start the youngness of the. It's like you are a child, then you are a teenager. It's like a teenager. Then start the teenager version of the speed. So then this is the young. You can absolutely buy here, but the fresh entry is lower in terms of it's cheaper because it's lower than the young one. So that's why when as soon as you see a ticket cost, start preparing your money to enter. It's a great moment, right? Okay. So after that, we have the next step is the adult step. Adult step is when is when we pass ticket, we pass a twist like this. We also pass a twist here, right? We also pass a twist here. But for the sake of the teaching, let me just ignore the pass, the twist, the twist in the back. So if you cause a twist, it is already an adult something. If you already have 3 toshes, when you have 3 toshes of Tenkan Kijun, you are already adult. Of Tenkan, not Tenkan Kijun, of Tenkan alone, you are already adult. Okay. Same thing for Kijun. If you have 3, you are already adult in terms of TK volume. So it's an adult volume that starts from year to year till where the price start becoming like a Python big enough here. The adult is all of this part of the TK. In this adult part of the volume, you can literally enter at each TK or Kijun touches here. You can enter at each of them with no problem. But it is not the best, it's not best than the fresh version, because there are people who say, let me wait first of all, the price go up. No, the best moment is always the fresh cost of ticket. This is the best moment. The next best moment is young. The last best moment is adult, the adult version. When we start touching Kijun 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 10. The first 2, mostly, the first 2 or first 3 of Kijun. Because you touch Tenkan first before touching Kijun in general. This was the first touch of Kijun here. Then you have another touch of Kijun here. Then you have another touch of Kijun here. So all of this proves that this one was adult. Adult is also identified by the fact that you touch Kijun 1, 2, 3. Okay, so adult is identified by Tenkan and Kijun passing above, Tenkan and Kijun passing through. Here is the twist. Tenkan and Kijun passes like to the right side of the twist. It is already adult, right? This is an adult. Kijun touches not necessarily Kijun touches like the second time or the third time is adult. We already have 3 touches of Tenkan is adult, but before that it's just young. Before 3 touches of Tenkan on this whole TK cruise is just young. Before 1 touch of Tenkan it is just fresh. Exactly, that's what I'm trying to say. So now we have a losing fat. The next phase is when you have a reversal. Let us talk first about the reversal, the last phase here. At a certain point in time, you will have the end of an adult something of an adult volume is is identified by a Python or a fat. When you start seeing Python or a fat, you can start realizing that the price is getting too fat to continue to the upside, so it must reverse. That's it. That's the fat reversal from year to year. It starts here. I can actually identify the reversal by the fact that Tenkan is inclined here to the downside. So you have sold even here to the downside. That is the way the speed works. That's the speed. That is exhaustion of the momentum. The speed is just momentum. I'm trying to segment it for you to understand the best momentum and the exhaustion of the momentum where you see a reversal. So there is another place where you can see a Python or something that is almost fat, and then it keeps continuing to the upside after reducing the fat. So let us look at this one, for example. You can look at this one. This one, the separation between Tenkan and Kijun here is almost 90 pips, right? It's almost 90 pips, and it is very big. 90 pips is big, but the separation between Tenkan and Kijun here is almost 25 pips. So at 25 pips, the price can continue to the upside. But at 90 pips, the price must reduce first. So this one is a fat python something, right? So it must reduce first before continue or reverse. There are cases where it reduces, but it doesn't reverse. In general, what we see is that when it is fat like that, it reverse, right? It must reverse. But not all fat, not all python will reverse. There are some fat like this separation between Tenkan and Kijun who continue to the upside. This fat continue to the upside. So that's why I call what I call losing fat to continue. It's also is a part of the momentum. The momentum can reduce then continue because if you see very well, and then we put a vertical line here, we go on 4 hour, you will be seeing that you still have momentum in 4 hour. You see, we're still having a momentum in 4 hour, some momentum here. It was not that fat at this point in 4 hour. It is just later on that it has been becoming fat. The space between Tenkan and Kijun has become fat. Okay, so that's it. The exercise that I'm giving you is that go and identify the speed of each volume of TK, and then tell the direction of which the volume is going. Then identify the volume and name it. Name each part like this and tell why, and give us the reason why, because I gave you the reason why it is fresh. It's the number of torches. It has no torches of Tenkan. Why it is young, the reason is less than 3 torches. When it is adult, more than 3 torches of Tenkan, or 2 torches of Kijun already, or it has passed the twist already. Those are the reasons. And for losing fat, then continue. It just because in the 4 hour time frame you see a snake, right? You see a young chicken above on 4 hour. Now for the fat reversal is because it's just like the reversal normally, and Tenkan is bending to the downside, and it is already fat, and Tenkan is bending to the downside. I wanted to check something here. For this Python, Tenkan did not even bend to the downside that much here. Anyway, that's the exercise. Go and do the exercise. Stay positive with other students, and don't judge, don't criticize. Let us keep positive vibe, and then let us uplift each other.